for our monthly citation program where we get to honor the outstanding work and efforts of our Little Rock School District family. So we're gonna stop sharing our screen so we can see all of these lovely faces. And I'm just gonna give you a nice round of applause and you can give a virtual clap. How about that? It's always wonderful to be able to recognize outstanding students and staff. And this is actually one of my favorite times of the month, Mr. Poor, because, you know, we have the gifts that just keep on giving. Every single day, we could be honoring our staff and students for something exceptional.
They certainly do. Every Monday, we have cabinet and get to come up with things we want to recognize and honor. And every Monday, we never fail to have a whole list of things that take us about 30 minutes just to celebrate, because we know that if we celebrate, it allows all of us to gain momentum on the wonderful things going on in this district and push that out and keep creating and building on those strengths.
Well, it is our commitment to get you guys in and out in an hour, because we have said previously, and we say it again tonight, that we appreciate your taking a few minutes from your schedules to hang out with us so that we can give you a shout out, but also let the rest of the district see who you are. So just for your information, this is being live streamed on our YouTube channel, and it will be housed there. So if you want to let any of your family or friends, wherever they are in the world, know that you're being celebrated tonight, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, you're also invited to go back to watch on our YouTube channel, which you can get to it very easily. It's www.lrsdlive. And I'll take this off since we're far enough away to make sure people can understand me. Is that better, you guys? Thumbs up? Awesome. So again, the YouTube live is www.lrsdlive.com. And also we broadcast on Comcast Channel 4 and UVerse Channel 99. It's always amazing to me when I tell people we have our own channel. They're like, what? Of course we get to celebrate you in multiple ways, and we want to encourage you to follow us in all the ways that you see fit, because we have something to shout about. So, Mr. Poor, we're going to go ahead and jump into our celebrations. I'm going to share the screen for just a moment, because when I saw these gentlemen, it just blew me away. Not that I would expect anything any less, but just because these are young people who are just as dedicated to their business in the classroom as they are on the court. So we felt it appropriate to honor them. We had a big, well, I won't say we, Central had a big science fair, as they always do, and the students were exceptional. They had 150 presentations, science fair presentations. And the other thing, not only do they have to present, but they have to talk about what they're presenting, Mr. Poor. So you don't just get to put something on display and let people walk by and look at it. You almost have to defend it, if you will, to get people to support.
Yeah, absolutely. We had, what's cool is there's judges are scientists. They're people from the medical field or from UALR, University Medical Center, that do science day in and day out and are coming to make judgment calls on the students. And like you said, there's a little bit almost a dissertation that occurs with some of the projects, many of which are over my head. But
over all of our heads, but in administration.
it makes me feel good about our future with these young people. And you know, you start off with these three individuals that are a part of our basketball team. I know Coach Ross is on with us right now, and these three guys, they're players. They are going to have their first round game in the state tournament on Wednesday. But I think that Coach Ross will probably be spending most of his time right now talking about how impressive these young people are as leaders and as leaders in the classroom. And so, Coach Ross, do you want to share a little bit about these three individuals and the excitement you have for them?
Yeah, we've got Kwame and Honor Boateng and James Toney. We've got three guys here that are just quality kids, well-rounded individuals. Obviously, just to be on our basketball team, they're special athletes and achieving at a high level there. But then, obviously, with their results in the science fair, these are great academic kids who are committed to being a well-rounded person and excellent in everything.
And they absolutely are excellent and everything. And I think I saw a couple of them on with us. I'd love for them to speak with us tonight if you don't mind, because that's what you had to do as part of your science fair presentation. So who's on with us? Which one of the students?
I think we've got Kwame and Anor on. Gentlemen, can you guys unmute?
Hello.
Hi there. Well, I know you can speak. I don't even have to question that because I saw you on the news. You were featured on THV 11. So tell us a little bit about your project and obviously how important it is to be just as accomplished in your academics as it is athletics.
Well, I did this is honest speaking, but I did a project on ACT and ACT app, right? So basically what I did was I used MIT Learning app, and I basically developed a ACT app for students that they can use on their phones to help study for ACT.
Wow. Well, that's a timely thing. I'm sure Ms. Russo would appreciate that, especially after the big weekend she had at Little Rock Central with students taking the ACT.
Yeah, Anor, we may need to sign you up right now. On the side, of course, I want to try to make money on this with you. So this sounds like a real opportunity that many students could benefit from.
Yeah. Do you want to hear Kwame's project too?
Yes, please.
All right. So my project is a firefighting robot. It is a continuation project on something I did in 10th grade. So, mainly what I did in my project is that in my previous project, I did an automatic robot which searched for fires and put them out. And I went to different firefighting stations for their feedback, and I took in their feedback and looked at ones that I could implement in my next project, which is the project I did this year. So this year I added the improvements that the firefighters gave to me, which was remote control, and added more fire sensors for more like an area of effect, and also like a new spray nozzle. So that was my project.
Wow, that is impressive, and I love the continuation. That's pretty neat. I have not heard that aspect of it before. What you start in your first year science project, then you have an opportunity to do kind of a continuum. That's pretty cool.
I like that it evolved too.
And Kwame's being humble, but when he was in the 10th grade, that project not only won the Central Science Fair, but also the state and regional science fairs as well. So
wow.
We're hoping he can win the whole nation this year.
Well, that is
that's
so
the
awesome.
goal.
I see Miss Rousseau smiling now too, so we got her on. And Miss Rousseau, as much as Miss Smith and I'd like to hog all this and keep talking, do you have anything that you'd like to share about this family? And I don't know if Mr. Tony's on, but we'll get him on right after Miss Rousseau's comments.
Well, you know, the Boateng brothers are, to me, the epitome of what I call a scholar athlete. And I mean, you just don't have that all the time. The fact that they can produce in the classroom, be shining stars, and on the court, they're what we call keepers. We're very, very proud of them, and we just know that they're going to continue to shine at Central and in college and beyond. So, thank you both for all that you're doing to succeed at Central.
And I've been told about both of you that your parents would have it no other way. Is that a correct statement?
You said, what'd you say?
I said I've been told that your parents would have it no other way, that academics is always going to come first in your household.
Yeah, they make that a priority. So whenever there's a game, they always make sure we get our work done before you can go anywhere.
Well, coming from a mother of a young man, I certainly can appreciate that. So, yay, go parents. We're very proud of you as well. Thank you for helping make sure the students understand what the priorities are. So, congratulations again, you two. Is James on with us? Okay, well, it doesn't sound like he's on with us, but we will make sure that we get your citations to you via inter-office mail. Please tell your parents thank you again, and congratulations to all of you for your accomplishments. We're so honored that you're part of the Little Rock School District family, and we will be rooting for you on the basketball court.
Wednesday night.
That's right.
Wednesday night. And gentlemen, I believe the tip-off is at 8 o'clock or 8:30 for your game?
8:30.
8:30. Okay, it's that time of year where we all become one rock, okay? LRSD, one rock, and
Absolutely.
our whole district needs to be behind the Tigers. Our whole district needs to be behind Parkview. Both guys and girls teams are at it this week. So let's go take care of business, fellas, just like you did in this science fair, and bring home the hardware.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again. We're going to move on now to another Little Rock Central student. This young lady, we've had the privilege of following her educational career since middle school. That's when she first landed on our radar as a student at Forest Heights STEM Academy, when she not only helped her team win an app competition, she then went on to win in the Youth Entrepreneur Showcase competition, where she created these beautiful bags, and I still have mine, by the way, anew. But now she is doing her thing at the high school level, and really actually beyond the high school level, because she's been tapped to work with the hospital population on a very important subject. So I'm not going to steal all of her thunder. Anu, are you on with us now?
Yes, I'm on.
Oh my goodness, young lady, I tell you, you just blow us away every single time. She was just featured on
Channel 7.
Yeah.
Channel 7. I saw her this morning. I saw her last night. I was like, I know her. And I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that for a long time. Like, I know her. And, this time was Channel 7 doing it. Anu, tell them about your research project and how that's led to a connection with University of Arkansas Medical Center.
Of course. So my research project this year is called SPARC, and it stands for the Systematic Parkinson Audio Recognition Construct. And essentially, it's a diagnostic tool that can be done virtually in order to detect Parkinson's disease based on voice with an accuracy of 94%. And so I'm working with UAMS to further validate my research and also work on publication.
Well, you left me back when you first started, Anu. I was trying to play catch up and keep up. But we are just so proud of you. And I know, Ms. Russo, you have to be. This young lady continues to, I said before, she not only exceeds the bar, she sets the bar, and then she exceeds her own bar that she sets. How is that possible, Ms. Russo?
Well, she's just so motivated and so focused on being the best she can be. I remember, when you were in middle school that I talked to you, and I remember, and I think Ms. Smith, you joked with me about wanting her to come to Central. Well, absolutely, we did, and she just has shown she's just at the top of achievement. I can't even say how proud I am to have a student who is working with research with something. I have one of my best friends has Parkinson's, and I just think what you're doing is wonderful, and I'm so proud of you and so proud for you. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's definitely a genetics thing, because her younger brother is incredible and academically gifted as well. So congratulations to you again, Anu, and we will continue to follow your trajectory, which your star is just going to continue to rise and shine. And we're honored to be able to connect with you and be on the trailing end of that star, young lady.
Thank you.
Well, we'll make sure that we get you your citation as well. I don't know, she probably has a room dedicated at her home for citations, and other plaques and trophies.
Taking over the garage and the living room and everything else. There's stuff. It's the wallpaper of the whole house.
It's never ending, but we're very, very proud of her. So congratulations again, and thank your mom for us also. We're going to move on now to our next honoree. And I think that there were supposed to be multiple wrestlers this evening to be honored, and we only have one, but we will make sure that we acknowledge the other wrestlers. But this young man, Vincent Bryant, is from Little Rock Central High School as well, and bringing home the 6A championship wrestling title. And this young man is just so impressive. I was reading the article about him in the newspaper, and he had a significant back injury. And the fact that he's overcome that and been able to succeed in the way that he has, Little Rock Senior capping 2 years of perfection is what they're saying, going 25-0 as a junior and 44-0 as a senior. Conference, 3-time conference champion, 4-time state placer, 3-time state finalist, 2-time state champion, 2 times voted most outstanding wrestler at the state tournament, and last high school loss was in the state finals of his sophomore year. And guess what? Somebody in college is going to be very happy to see him coming, because he's signed to Division 1A UA Little Rock. So congratulations again to Vincent Bryant. Vincent, are you on with us this evening?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, we are so honored to have you join us. What an incredible list of accomplishments. I don't even know how to address some of these things, because I'm not really knowledgeable about wrestling, but I know a winner when I see one with all of these statistics. So congratulations to you. Talk a little bit about this season for you and what it took for you to overcome the challenges that you did to be able to accomplish what you did.
This season has it's been pretty rough with COVID and all, but my main issue has been my back. I have 2 broken vertebrae, and that's been probably the hardest challenge. I've just been trying to get through the season without making it worse. So I'm excited for college though, and just the future in general.
He wrestles at, I believe, at 195. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I got to watch your match and was very excited, but I'm not sure I was near as excited as Coach Butler. Coach Butler got pretty excited, didn't he?
Yeah, he's always been one of my biggest supporters, and this year at the beginning of the year I was about 190, so I was near my weight class, but with my back injury I had to stop lifting weights, so I dropped down to about 180 pounds, but I had to still wrestle at 195. So that definitely did not make it any easier, but I think it turned out all right, and I'm just happy to be wrestling next year for college. So.
And you're going to get to go on, you're going to stay right here at the University of Arkansas Little Rock, if I understand it.
Yes.
Which is a growing program, and one that is really about ready to take off. So I think the timing's great, and keeping in-state talent, of course, is awesome. Do you know what you want to study yet, Vincent?
Right now the plan is for psychology, and that could change, but that's the plan right now.
Is Coach Butler on by chance?
That is a good question.
I know Miss Rousseau is. Miss Rousseau, do you want to make any comments about this young man?
Well, yes, I do. And I just want to say that I have been so amazed at the whole growth of our wrestling program. And, you know, it isn't that old a program. We just dated the girls, I think, the year before last. And, you know, it takes kids like Vincent with motivation. I mean, just think about, you know, having a back injury like that and still going the course and competing. That's just amazing. I think I would run for the hills myself. So I'm certainly very proud of what he's done. And he's a really good student as well. So we're very, very proud of him, and know that he will go on and distinguish himself, you know, in college the way he did in high school.
Well, I tell you, that is a significant and impressive story right there, to be able to accomplish what he has considering his back injury. Vincent, my hat's off to you, young man, I tell you. Very impressive. And we wish you continued success. Tell your parents congratulations, and thank you guys for being a part of the Little Rock School District. This is what makes us shine, you know, having the kinds of students that are represented here, and you are exceptional.
Hey, Vincent, if I remember right, I think you guys took 6th overall in state, just missing out in that top 5. And then wasn't there one other individual, maybe your heavyweight, that also won the state championship? Am I wrong about that?
This year, no. This year I was
You're the only one.
the only state champ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. And, we're very proud of you and your team and Coach Butler, and thank you for your, it's such an intense sport. I can say this as a former basketball coach that, the wrestling guys would always give us basketball guys a bad time because, hey, you can't hang. So I know you're smiling at that, and we probably can't hang with what you all do. So congratulations, and I hope that you end up, I just look forward to seeing you wrestling for right here at home at UA Little Rock.
Yeah, it'd be easier to come and watch you and support you right here in our backyard. So we'll look forward to that. Thanks so much, Vincent, and we hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too.
Well, we're still at Little Rock Central, Mrs. Russo. It's something in the water, right?
Definitely.
This young lady came onto our radar as a result of her accomplishments with the PBS station or network in the student reporting labs, and she's in Shara. And in Shara, I'm not sure if I will pronounce your last name right. Is it Kazi?
Yes, it's
Yay!
Kazi.
Kazi, I got that right. Well, we are so proud of you, young lady. She was named among 20 under 20. And just want to very briefly tell you about the PBS Newshour, and then I'll let her tell you about her specific project and recognition. The PBS Newshour Student Reporting Labs connect students with a network of public broadcasting mentors and an innovative journalism curriculum to develop digital media critical thinking and communication skills while producing original news reports. And it's now in over 170 middle and high schools, a national youth journalism program. And Inshara's project had to do with what else? What does my local school board do? So I thought that was very enlightening because there are probably a lot of adults in Shara who don't know what the school board does. So talk a little bit about your project and what your inspiration was, if you don't mind.
Sure. So this segment or this video I was doing was supposed to be part of a bigger PBS Newshour segment, and it was on how COVID disrupted education in the U.S. And they didn't have enough time to fit my segment in, so they made a whole separate video that aired later, and I got to be highlighted on the PBS website, which was really cool. But yeah, my video is just an explainer on the role of school boards in our communities.
Well, I will have to tell you that I watched it and I thought it was very insightful. It was clever, and it was something that a young person and even an older person would be engaged by. So kudos to you on that, because when you're doing video, you want it to be a project that's compelling and makes people want to watch. So you did a fantastic job there, and we will share that link again. I think we shared it as part of our Friday highlights, but we'll share it again because we want the rest of the state to know what you are up to, young lady, and why you're being recognized as one of 20 under 20, which is an elite honor in and of itself. So congratulations to you. Ms. Russo, I know you want to share more about.
Yeah, she is so delightful. I really, really like her, and I'm so proud of her. She is very creative, and I remember she was disappointed when the initial project didn't pan out. So the fact that she was able to switch gears and come back and present what she presented so successfully, who knows, she may end up being a broadcaster and be on one of our channels as a like Miss Smith, what you did. I could see that. So she will definitely continue to be successful in whatever she does.
Well,
Thank you.
She is definitely impressive, Mr. Poor.
Now, the 20 ranking, can you just share that with the audience? Is that for the state, the city, the state, the nation? Where does that put you if you're in the 20 out of 20?
Oh, so it's based on the nation.
The nation.
Yes.
Okay. wanted to make sure we got that out there so it was very clear, because you think about that of all the students in this country, you know, and we can just think about Little Rock and how many students that'd be, but go put it out there all over the country and in some of the cities that, you know, like a Detroit or a Los Angeles that have 200,000 kids in it just in their own school district, and she's in the top 20 of 20.
Yes.
That's pretty
Very,
tremendous.
very, very impressive. And I think, you know, network may be calling you, young lady, if that's the path you choose to take.
Thank you.
That's what I think. I think that too. I think that'd be great.
Well, congratulations again, and thank your parents for sharing you with us in the Little Rock School District. We get to claim you, and we're proud of that. Well, Mrs. Russo, you may as well just stay on all night because we're moving on to another.
I'm happy too.
You're happy too. Well, we have excellence all across the district, but it just so happens that your turn in the spotlight is tonight, Ms. Russo. So let's move on to our next honoree. This is Richard Liu. Richard, are you on with us this evening?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yay. Hey, Richard. You know, a couple of you guys, we've been trying to get you on. You just are so busy. so busy, but we're proud to have you with us this evening. This is Richard, and Richard is another accomplished young man at Central High School. Not only is he National Merit and I forget what the other,
Presidential scholar, maybe?
Were you a presidential scholar? I can't remember. He's got so many scholar things behind his name, but this evening we're recognizing him because we already mentioned him for National Merit, but we're also recognizing him this evening for his most recent honor as a delegate for the U.S. Senate. So talk a little bit about that. That's very impressive also, Richard.
For sure. Thank you so much. The U.S. Senate program is sort of a national program organized by the Senate to increase civic engagement among high schoolers in the United States. And it sort of involves different applicants from across the country, 2 delegates from each state, applying for this prestigious honor. And if you get selected, you essentially get to embark on a week-long experience that is normally in Washington, D.C. I'm sort of unlucky because of COVID, so it'll be virtual starting next Sunday. But next Sunday, I'll be engaging in this virtual program where I get to sort of converse with different senators and Supreme Court justices for different members of the president's cabinet and other high-ranking government officials, so I can learn about sort of serving my community, civic engagement, and different sort of ways that we can sort of serve our country from the people who are, doing it in Capitol Hill right now. So it's a huge honor. It's something that I'm very grateful for, and I'm just really excited for, the next week where I get to do it.
Well, do you have political aspirations?
That's it's kind of early to say that. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I've been told by people that I should think about it. I'm definitely going to keep it in like the back of my head in case everything else doesn't work out. And so I'm going to definitely think about it, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, that is so awesome. Very quickly, because I do apologize, I don't have all of your accolades in front of me, but very quickly, just rattle off what you've accomplished this year, because you're a very accomplished young man.
It's not, I went to Boys Nation last summer, which was a really big honor, and it was an experience that was really, really wonderful for me. It was in person, and I was able to sort of just meet different people and speak to like our Arkansan senators in person. I do debate. I'm sort of the team captain. I'm really proud of our debate team. We're doing a lot this year. We've been able to deal with COVID and our wonderful coaches, our wonderful teammates. And yeah, I mean, I'm very busy, but I'm also, just very proud to be a sort of Little Rock Central Tiger. I'm really, happy with where I am right now.
Well, we're very happy with where you are right now also. And I was just thinking about all of the dots behind your name, and certainly we are going to be keeping our eye on you, because regardless of whether or not you go into politics or not, you will be a very successful young man, and we're glad that we can claim you also. Ms. Russo's nodding her head, and Ms. Hannah Evans is nodding her head because we're going to be honoring her in just a minute. But Ms. Russo, what do you want to say about Mr. Liu?
I want to know what you do in your spare time. I'm amazed. And Richard, when you went to Washington on Boys Nation, weren't you the representative for Arkansas? He was the representative for our state.
Wow.
And that came out of Boys State. And I guess that's bigger than being on the principal's cabinet. Huh? It's all part of your resume, all of it. Anyway, Richard, you're going places, and you are physically going places as well. And we're just so proud of the accomplishments that you have garnered, Noel, in your time at Central. And the debate is big too. He's really a tremendous debater. So thank you for coming to Central. I wouldn't want to ship you with anyone else.
I wear my principal's cabinet shirt more than I wear my Boys Nation shirt. So who really won, you know?
You even know, hey, Richard, you even know how to suck up at the right time, so that's great, you know?
I was about to say he's
You're on
exercising.
the way to being a good politician.
Well, Mr. Poor said that one, okay?
That's great. Thank you, Richard.
Oh, my goodness. Well, congratulations again, Richard, and we'll be wishing you continued success. As we move on now to our next honoree, we spoke briefly about Miss Hannah because she was one of the ones that we were also going to be recognizing last month, but we had to move her to this month. And obviously she's super proud of Richard because she is in that department. She was also just named the Arkansas Communications and Theater Arts Association Teacher of the Year. How impressive is that? And we get to claim her too. So congratulations, Ms. Evans. We're super proud of you also.
Thank you so much.
So when you get that distinction, tell us a little bit about what that means for you and the kind of recognition that garners.
Yes, so the Arkansas Communication and Theater Arts Association is the state organization for theater, speech, debate, communications, dance teachers in our state. And so there's a lot of teachers that fall under that criteria. And each year, teachers can nominate one another for this honor. And so I was nominated by a former colleague who actually teaches in a totally different district, and went through the selection process, and I was chosen by the committee as this year's honoree, which meant a good deal to me as I've been a part of this organization for many years. I served as their webmaster for 7 years. This is year 18 of teaching theater, communications, speech for me. So I was very humbled and very appreciative of that honor. Especially this year, everybody's been through so much with COVID. My husband and I just welcomed our son, our first baby, into the family.
Congratulations.
So it was very touching to me to have that honor at this particular time.
Well, congratulations, and what that says or speaks about you is volume. So we are very, very proud of you, young lady. And Ms. Russo, I know you want to chime in here.
I do. First of all, I have to tell everybody that they have a new baby. And guess what? They met at Central.
Oh, my.
I know. Isn't that great? I brag it. In fact, they highlighted her husband, who was our band director, in our Valentine special newspaper.
Bryce Evans, now it's coming to me. Okay.
And having this baby and everything, she's still, you should see her. She came back, rolled up her sleeves, and we're getting ready to have our play, high school
musical.
High school musical. So again, she's another one that I wonder what she and her husband both do in their spare time. I guess play with their baby, but I'm just really proud of her. And you can just tell by, you all can just tell by looking at her and listening to her talk, the passion and motivation that she has for her subject. And the kids love her. They just love her. So very proud of you.
Well,
Thank you, Ms.
congratulations again on this honor and being a new mom, and a shout out to your hubby because he was over at Kroger. Was that last week?
Last week.
You had to think back. Last week, playing in the freezing cold weather with the band in honor of Black History Month and Kroger's rededication at the Highway 10 store, and they did a fantastic job. And they brought back $2,500 in Kroger gift cards, so that's going to help the band go a long way in supporting students. But we are very proud of you as well in your own right. So thank you again for joining us this evening, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Ms. Evans. It's a big deal when you're the winner of the entire state award. So it's really, boy, just thrilling when I heard about it. Thank you.
So our next honorees are representing JAG, which is pretty cool. They got to hang out with the governor. Let's see if I can get to the next page. How about that? There we go. They got to hang out with the governor. These are two JAG students, and guess where they go? I had no idea they went to Central.
Central High.
But as I was doing research about them, I was like, more Central kids? What is going on? Anyway, they are Tyler Mitchell and Kayla Kellybrew. They had the opportunity to speak at the Arkansas State Capitol for Career Technical Education Day. By the way, February is Career Technical Education Month, and both of the students were able to speak with the governor and other state representatives about their experiences with JAG and the Career Coach Program. You see them there with their career coach, Miss Kimberly Brassfield, and JAG stands for Jobs for Arkansas Graduates. So we're very proud of these students. So are you guys on with us this evening? Tyler or Kayla? Well, we will make sure that they receive their citations, and congratulations again to them and to Miss Brassfield for doing a wonderful job in representing the district. Okay, Ms. Russo, you can hang with us, but this next student is not your student, okay? You may say, I want her to be a future student, but she is not yours right now.
All right, so you're through with my Central students?
Well, I won't say that exactly, but I will say this next one is not yours. How about that?
All right.
Okay, all right. So we're going to move on to our next student, and this is Miss Zoe Brock. Zoe, are you on with us this evening?
Yes, I'm here.
Yay, Miss Zoe has it going on. I'm telling you, she's very well-spoken and poised. Zoe is the second student who is getting to recommend a book to the entire elementary population. Last month, we started this with Abigail Edwards. It was her idea, and she talked to Mr. Poore, just walked right up to him and told him what she thought we ought to be doing. And Mr. Poore said, okay, and he did not know he opened the floodgates, because there are a lot of students that are very confident about telling him what they think students should be reading, and Miss Zoe is one of them, and we're very proud of her. She's from Roberts. Mr. Poore had a chance to interview her last week, and her picture is going to be going out to schools. You see this picture, all of the media centers, and also will be featured at the Hillary Clinton Children's Library. So that's something awesome as well. And your students, if you're watching tonight, your students have an opportunity to participate. But right now, the spotlight's going to be on Zoe. Oh, look at her. She's all glammed up for tonight. Hi, Zoe. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Well, you look very pretty. So what was that experience like, getting to share your favorite book with Mr. Poore and then being featured on Facebook Live?
It was very fun and exciting.
Well, you did a fantastic job, young lady. Want to talk a little bit about the book you recommended and why you felt like Mr. Poore needed to know about that book?
Sure. Well, it's about this book this book is about a girl who has a club foot. Her name is Ada. She has hold on. She has a club. Her mother doesn't really love her as much as the little brother. And it's during World War II, and she sends the little brother out of London so he can be safe, and Ada sneaks off with him. And then we'll just have to wait and see.
I love that she gives a little teaser, Mr. Poor.
I know, let me talk. This is my deal. Zoe is mine, okay? Ms. Smith, back off. You know, I really am excited about Zoe and also Abigail and how this is going. And Zoe, you know, one of the things that you need to take pride in, as soon as we pushed out your interview, then all of a sudden we got about 4 more people putting in, didn't we? Asking to be the next Zoe and have their name on for April. But March is Zoe's month. Zoe, Don Roberts, 4th grader, and you know, you have a mom that's an educator too, don't you?
She's right here.
She's right there. Okay, we got her, and she's one of our 5th grade teachers at Roberts. So we're glad to have both of you. And final question for me: how did your grandparents like the Facebook Live stream or the video that they got to watch?
They liked it. They watched it live.
Okay, good deal. And
Well,
We watched it.
and anybody will be able to watch her now because it's in the annals, of our website.
Yeah, it's actually on our YouTube live channel. So, Zoe, if you want to share that out with the rest of your family and friends, wherever they may be, they can watch. I know, Mr. Helmick, you've got to be super proud of her because she did a fantastic job.
I am so proud of her, and I had to show here. I've got the book here myself as well at home, and when my personal kids heard that was the book that Zoe chose, they were all like, "We agree, that book's fantastic." And so, Zoe, we're super proud of you. And you know, I remember I always used to tell my students that readers are leaders and leaders are readers. So to you and all the other elementary students, keep up the fantastic work. And Zoe, way to represent Roberts.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Helmut came up with the phrase too. We may need to steal that. Leaders are readers and readers are leaders. I love it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
and Zoe, you are one of those. So thank you again.
Yes, Zoe, your photo should be coming to Roberts tomorrow, and then you can make sure they have it in the media center, and they'll have it on prominent display all throughout the entire Little Rock School District, every library for elementary schools, and even the pre-K centers. So you're going to be very popular. People will probably be asking you for your autograph.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, and thanks, Mom, for being a part of this special opportunity for Zoe and being a part of Little Rock School District, teaching and being a supportive parent. Mr. Helmick, thank you.
Says thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Helmick, hang tight because we've got some more honorees for you in just a moment.
Sounds good.
You say the more the merrier, right? Okay, so we're moving on now because speaking of reading, this was a perfect transition, we think, for highlighting the work that's being done by the district to support reading and make sure that our kiddos are reading on grade level. You've heard a lot about the science of reading, and I'm sorry, I guess my typing was a little off because I got your names running off the page there, so I apologize, ladies, but we have Zaretta Sanders Howard, who has now been certified as a, and you may have to pronounce this, is it Nusella Fellow?
Yes, it's Nusella Fellow.
Nusella Fellow, thank you. Recognized by the company as the Fellow of the Month for February, and there's a wonderful article about her. I actually tried to link to it, and I think the link was expired, so we'll have to make sure we get that so we can push it out, Ms. Sanders Howard, but we're so proud of you. And alongside her, Pamela Chris, another multi-site literacy facilitator, has achieved national certification through Language Essentials for Teachers of Reading and Spelling, and the acronym for that is LETRS. According to Ms. Sherry Chambers, she said it was a big undertaking and accomplishment, and both of these ladies are now in the spotlight for doing exceptional work in the area of literacy. So congratulations to you both. Is Ms. Chambers on with us this evening? Well,
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we want to hear just a little bit about what this recognition means for you and also what it means for your role in the district now. So we'll start with you, Ms. Chris, and then we'll follow up with Ms. Sanders Howard.
Thank you. This means this was a big undertaking. When the Arkansas Department of Education started creating the RISE training, Letters was the training that was the platform for them to create that under Dr. Louisa Moats and Dr. Carol Tolman. So we each, if I went through the RISE training, when I was going through the RISE training, I had to go through the local Letters training to be able to even train for RISE. So in Letters, again, as you gave the acronym, it's just a platform for educators and administrators to learn, to deepen their knowledge more about the science of reading, especially in the 5 critical components of literacy, phonological awareness, phonics, vocabulary, comprehension, and even adding writing and the language piece of it. So as a district facilitator, it's going to empower me. Now that I'm even a national facilitator, so I'm having to learn and really learn a lot more under Dr. Lisa Moats and Dr. Carol Tolman, getting into the schools and training teachers and building that capacity with them.
Well, that is so awesome. Congratulations to you. We're very proud of you also. Ms. Sanders Howard.
Thank you. So one of the pieces that when we started working on the new curriculum for LRSD and literacy, one of the pieces that we purchased was the pro version of Newsella, and we have it for ELA, science, and social studies. And so the platform has changed completely from where it was back in the day when we first started several years ago. And so now that it's broadened its, to current events, to connecting with our curriculums and adding complements to those things, and being able to provide our kids with informational text on different Lexile levels that meet the needs of our kids where they are, but also help to prepare our kids for the ACT Aspire at the end of the year. And so one of the undertakings that I took on being a Newsella Fellow was to create text sets and units that match with our curriculum maps and our standards to embed into our curriculum that teachers can pull and use as ready-made resources. So that's been my project for the last 2 years. And so as I started getting into working with that, Newsella invited me to become a fellow and to start presenting to their own company and members in their company about the needs of teachers across the nation, especially during this time that we're in right now with the pandemic.
Well, that is awesome. Mr. Poore, I know you're proud of these ladies because they're taking reading to a whole other level.
Well,
the science of reading.
You know, you're hearing a lot of the things that they're doing kind of on a outwards of the district and the national and the state scene and you know, providing guidance and getting trained and all these things. But what I most appreciate about both these young ladies is that the work they do inside of our district, you know, and then the impact that has on young people. So, and it's not just something new for either one of them. These two, ever since I've been here, they pop up all over the place. And we're just very, very fortunate to have them in the district. And I thank both of you ladies for your passion, your dedication, your expertise. You guys are both really great leaders. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, ladies, and we will, Mr. Pratham is giving you a nice round of applause. Thank you. It's great to see that. Students acknowledging your hard work and passion and dedication to making the district a better place and obviously supporting literacy skills for all of our students. So congratulations again. We're very proud of you, and we will make sure that Ms. Chambers knows that we gave you a great shout out because we're proud of you. And she was the one who recommended this. She wanted to make sure that your work was acknowledged and honored. So thank her as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to the end of the program, but not before we get to honor some special, I mean, these guys are off the chart, Mr. Poore. I don't even know how they have been able to accomplish what they've accomplished becoming mathletes. You think about the name of that, mathlete, that's pretty serious.
Well, I know it is when they're competing, and this is the 17th year that the Little Rock School District has held the mathlete competition, and Jason Crater at Carver deserves a tremendous amount of credit for always being the individual that has continued to push this. And you know, I've got to see this competition, especially when it was live in person.
And it was intense.
Oh boy, I mean, you just, they bear down, and very, very intense. And I know Mr. Helmick has watched some of these things in the past. It's very, very rare to have a school win both first and second place, but Don Roberts did it this year. Mr. Helmick, share your excitement of hearing the final results, and also share the teachers who are a part of this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. It's super exciting, and the credit goes for sure to the students who are brilliant. And I was thinking before I introduced the teachers too, with Miss Russo, I wanted to say that you guys have some amazing kids coming up in the next few years from the elementary setting when it comes to mathematics. The stuff that these kids do is just incredible. And a large part of that goes to our coaches. So we've got Wesley Keener, he's our East facilitator, and Brittany Napper, she's one of our 4th grade teachers. And both of them, the amount of time and effort that they put into working with these students this year, and Mr. Keener in years past, is just tremendous, because it's all because they just care about giving kids enriching learning opportunities, and the amount of time and effort they spend with them is commended. And then the kiddos, man, just super proud of them, and my mind is blown when I see the math that those kids are working on. I know I wasn't doing that when I was in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade for sure.
Well, they are impressive indeed. We want to give a shout out to Pratham Patel. You want to wave, Pratham? Also, Raha Kalantari. Is Raha on here with us? Pericles Wang. Did I mispronounce your name, Pericles? I got it right? Yay! So give us a wave if you don't mind. Awesome. Janie Gakarakanda, and that name is familiar because I think you might have a big brother at Central, don't you? Yeah, see all of this excellence running in the family.
He just came into the picture, the brother. I love it.
Awesome. Mada Ram. Did I get that okay, Miss Maida? Maida? Okay. And then, did I miss a name? Did I miss a student at all? I got everybody? Awesome. Okay, so who is the team captain who's going to speak this evening for us? I know you're not shy.
Hello, good evening.
Hi there. So tell us a little bit about this championship. Those trophies were almost as tall as you guys were, but you were determined to win, weren't you?
It took a lot of work, and we had some minor setbacks, but it all worked out at the end, and we got what we wanted.
Well, you absolutely did get what you wanted, the championship.
Yeah,
I love it.
I don't know how you top that one for sure, Ms. Smith, but can the coaches, do you want to just share a little bit about the pleasure you all have had of working with them this year?
Sure, yeah. It's just been just absolute pleasure to be working with the mathletes. So this is my 2nd year working with them, and it's one of my favorite parts of school, honestly, of teaching. And they just worked their tails off. It was kind of crunch time. Mathletes happened in such a short window this year, and so we were going, practicing all the time. They were doing practice homework sets, and we were working on their team skills and their communication, and I think that this team really felt like they had something to prove going into the championship, and they proved it.
Well, I have a quick question. Since there were 2 teams, the 1st and 2nd place, how close were those scores, Mr. Crater? Were they pretty close?
Yes, extremely close. 2 questions separated 1st from 2nd place. And so the 1st place team, they were perfect in both rounds of the competition. And, as has been mentioned, the mathematics is very difficult. I can't just put 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade questions on there. I have to go up and put middle school and high school level questions for these mathletes. They are just amazing. And I want to give Mr. Poor a shout out. He's giving everyone else a shout out here, but he delayed I think it was an 8-hour drive so that he could be a part of the mathletes competition that day. And I just want to give a public shout out to Mr. Poor and thank him for doing that. I know that probably wasn't an easy thing to do, but we really appreciate that.
Well, we do appreciate it. I know he loves watching the students compete, and it's a very intense competition, but at the end of the day, the kids are having a great time, and I know that's part of probably what you enjoy about watching these young people develop, Miss Snapper, isn't it?
Yes, I'm so proud of them. They were working so diligently, and just like they would go home and practice. And I want to echo what Helmick said. The type of things they were doing, I was not doing in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And so I would just stand behind them sometimes and look at Keener and go, what in the world? Like, these kids are incredible. And so it was just cool for me to kind of stand on the sidelines. I know, like, saying I'm a coach, but really they led this, and I'm just super proud to be a part of it, because watching them was just an awesome learning experience for me as a teacher.
Well, congratulations again to all of you students. You should be so proud of yourselves. And that's a traveling trophy, right? So you're going to try to keep it at Roberts next year? Is it going anywhere?
What do you think, kiddos?
That's the plan.
I'm sure we hope to keep it.
Well, I think you guys have kind of issued a little bit of a challenge and thrown down the gauntlet. Hey, look at what Zoe says. Go Mathletes. Zoe, I think you have a career in a lot of things, young lady. You're on it. Well, congratulations.
Hey, Miss Smith?
Yes.
Miss, can I just briefly say, too, I want to thank Mr. Crater. I think that what he has offered over almost 2 decades now for elementary students is phenomenal, because these kids, this opportunity really sets them up to showcase not only skills and talents they have, but I think it's a healthy competition. It brings something from an elementary perspective that kids don't always get to do. And I know that one of my favorite things every year when this is an in-person event is when he gets to share about all the students of years past who were former athletes who are now graduates of Harvard or other Ivy League schools, and the things that they've accomplished. And so students from Roberts, but then also students all throughout the district that compete in these things, it's just a tremendous opportunity for them, because I think that even like tonight's citation program, our students at Roberts, guys, you got to see all these students that are in high school that are accomplishing incredible things, but you're on that path, like you're headed that way. And so Mr. Crater, thank you. I know that other administrators in the district feel the same way of just about how much it means to us as elementary principals that you provide this experience for our kids. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Mr. Crater, you know we love you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Helmick. He's been a big supporter, before he was principal and now that he's principal, and we wouldn't have the competition if it wasn't for great leaders like himself and others in the district. So thank you all so much.
I want to give a shout out too to 3rd place was Pulaski Heights Elementary, I believe. And so, that's another school that was a part of it and in the running. So congratulations again to Don Roberts, though.
Absolutely. Very, very proud of them. So do we have any of our Parkview or Central All-State, All-Region honorees on this evening?
For band and orchestra.
Band, orchestra, and choir. Any of you on with us? All right, well, we will make sure that this list gets publicized. We were trying to honor the seniors, but as is usual, most of the seniors always have conflicts on their calendars. They're so busy. They're probably somewhere playing right now.
Can we put the list up, Ms. Smith, as part of the screen?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry
I think that'll help us recognize some of these, because obviously when you, many of you may know some of these young people, and you'll just be able to give them a shout out for their efforts. And so the first group here is the Parkview group, and you can see that there's a number of choir things, but there's also Tyus Diaz down there at the end that's been selected for some of the things with instruments, the wind ensemble and all-state jazz and all-state orchestra. He's in all 3, so pretty talented young person there. But if you see one of those names and you know them, please tell them we gave them a shout out, or tell their mom and dad thank you for having them in Little Rock District. We love the fine arts. We love the performances that our students put on. Next, you go to Central High, and you see the all-region folks for orchestra and jazz band that are up there that are part of Miss Rousseau's group that are Tigers. So again, take a look at those names, and if you know somebody that you know, please reach out to them and say, man, that is so cool, because that'll make their day. It'll make your day for saying something positive about them.
Absolutely. Congratulations to these tremendous musicians, and we're going to continue to wish them well. So this is one of our last two opportunities tonight to give shout outs, because there's just so much stuff going on. we couldn't get it all in.
Hey,
and
Saturday,
everybody's busy.
this weekend was just so tremendous. You know, Miss Rousseau got a hold of me this weekend. I think it was about 10 o'clock, and she said through I don't know if it was a text or an email, but she said something along the lines, we might as well be having school, because there were so many people up at Central that day doing different things. And you know, that's really cool. There was the chess tournament that for our senior group taking place at Central. But we also had, you know, things taking place with Central winning the state swim meet. I mean, the state boys swim meet, and winning it by 100 points. That's just crazy. Our girls took third. We had basketball games that day for Central. They both won. Parkview, okay, had a great Friday night, knocked off its rival in Maumelle. They're coming in as the #1 seed from our league, #2 team overall for Class 5A. That's exciting. Our girls are getting to advance into the tournament in Parkview too. So all the state tournaments begin this week, and Tuesday you'll see Parkview having the chance to play on, I think it's like 1 o'clock for the girls and 4:30 for the guys. And then our Central team plays Wednesday with the girls playing at approximately, I think, 4:30, and then our boys playing it at 8:30.
We'll be sure to pass along these times and dates for all of these games, so everybody who's interested in supporting our teams, which I know everybody should be interested in supporting our teams, you'll have an opportunity to do so.
And one more thing that's on this slide, you know, we outlined a whole bunch of things about musicians getting to be recognized for All-State, but this weekend we also got Little Rock Southwest coming in with scholarships that were just so huge to 5 different universities and colleges that came into their performing group. And so we're very excited. Mr. Burden was excited. And, you know, that's another thing that what we want. We want kids to have successful transitions. If music is a part of their passion and academics, it's a wonderful vehicle for them to get on to higher ed.
Absolutely. And I do apologize, you guys. I was trying to get a video ready for you to see. Somebody from our department, Kyle Holmes, did a fantastic video to highlight the state 6A championship that's taking place at Little Rock Southwest. So if you have time, just go by and visit, stop on our webpage and visit www.lrsd.org/6A tournament and see the website, but most importantly, the wonderful video that Kyle Holmes created. We're so blessed to have him as a part of the district. He's a very talented graphic designer, and I'm sorry, I did take a license to do that, but I just wanted to give him a shout out, and the other communication team members. We're grateful to have them as part of the district. So yeah, thank you, Ms. Rousseau. It's a nice little applause. But again, the 6A tournament is also starting tomorrow, and details about that may be found on the Little Rock School District website with the times of the games and other information. It's a big deal for Little Rock to be able to host this tournament and get to show off our wonderful facilities. And pretty soon we'll be able to brag about a bunch of facilities, because we've got stuff going on all over the district, don't we, Mr. Poore?
We really do. You know, we've now selected the architects for Central High work and the work out at West School of Innovation. We had interviews for Dunbar to work on its projects. We have interviews for contractors coming up this week with Central and West again. We also are getting real close, I think, to finally being able to break some ground, dig some dirt out at the project that is really the hub of getting everything started, which is creating a new K-8 at the McClellan site. And that's very, very exciting, because that's a project that's been waiting to happen for 5 years at least.
Well, it's going to be quite, if you know anything about Mr. Poore, you know he doesn't do anything small, so I'm bracing myself for what is sure to be a very spectacular event. At any rate, we are so thankful that you spent your evening or part of your evening with us. We are honored to have you as our family, our Little Rock School District family. You represent us so well and make us shine always. And we can't say thank you enough, because you have options, and that you choose to be a part of LRSD means a great deal to us. We want to remind you that you will be able to watch this again on Comcast Channel 4, UVerse Channel 99. It is also going to live on www.lrsdlive.com. That's our YouTube channel. Make sure you share it, and continue to follow us on social media. That way you can keep up with all of the fantastic things that the district is doing, and you will never be bored. We can assure you of that. So thanks again, everyone. We appreciate those of you who are at home watching. We hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and we will see you again next month.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all tonight. Students, you just blow my mind with your capabilities. Thank you so much. Parents, we appreciate all you do to support your young people. And staff, of course, you're tremendous. We hope you all have a good rest of the week.
Hey, we're hiring Zoe. We're hiring Zoe right now. You guys have a great night.